I was dual active duty myself, and I wish this program was around when I was going through the Navy. I have two children, and getting through was pretty tough. So this program piloted in March, and it was developed as a direct result of a need for our military mothers.
Hmm.
Out of 100,000 births each year with active duty and spouses, 1 in 3 will experience, unfortunately, a maternal mental health complication.
Uh,
And sadly, about 75% of those moms will not get the care they need. They go untreated.
Now, why
And
is
so
that? Why is that?
I think they often don't know where to go, or they don't have somebody to come around and talk to them about what's going on. Moms are just expected to do mom stuff, right? But when he comes to the house to see, they all look at the new baby, and they're not really checking in on mom,
Yeah.
and how mom's doing. And so I think that's part of it. I think we just keep going. And so this program was deliberately set out to do the things like Megan was sharing with us today, to check in. We have monitoring tools that we can look at your emotional well-being. We can help with patient education. Breastfeeding is one of the number one reasons why we get called into a home. So breast or bottle feeding, pumping, those types of things. Infant growth and monitoring is another thing. As part of this program, moms cry a lot. We see more tears with infant weight. People worry about their child's weight. And so we can go in with the scale, and we can check on the baby and make sure the baby's growing okay in between pediatric visits. And that brings a lot of solace to mothers who are worried and their first time not sure if everything's going okay.
Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marx from GoToHealth. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We have another fascinating show. I really enjoy so much what I'm doing, bringing you fascinating interviews with amazing people. Today we're talking with two women from the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. It's a 100-year-old organization that brings social services and funding to Navy and Marine families. It's a volunteer organization, it's a nonprofit organization, and if you want, you can visit and learn more and donate at NMCRS.org. In March of this year, the Society launched First Year Focus, an innovative program that supports the physical and mental well-being of Navy and Marine Corps mothers, babies, and families during pregnancy and the first year postpartum. Families participating in the First Year Focus receive in-home support and education tailored to their needs, helping them navigate pregnancy, childbirth, and early parenting with confidence and care. And the need couldn't be greater. Military life presents unique challenges, especially for new and expectant families. Each year, more than 100,000 active duty service members and military spouses give birth. 1 in 3 will experience a maternal mental health condition, twice the rate of the civilian population. And sadly, 75% don't receive the help they desperately need. That's the purpose of the First Year Focus program. With us to talk about this today is Lieutenant Commander Megan Hagen of the U.S. Navy. She's a first-time active duty mother with a young daughter, and she's been part of the First Year Focus program since just before her daughter Audrey was born. Currently, she serves as the Columbia Class Submarine Program Manager Representative at the Supervisor of Shipbuilding, Conversion, and Repair at Newport News, Virginia. She met her husband, Danny, who was also an active service member, in 2015. They've been happily married for 8 years, and they welcomed their first child, Audrey, in 2025. Also with us is Captain Rosemary Perdue, retired. She's the director of the Visiting Nurse Program for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, who heads up the First Year Focus program. Rosie retired from naval service after 30 years. She served in the Wounded Warrior Unit at the National Naval Medical Center in Bethesda, and she was the charge nurse of the Enemy Prisoner of War Unit on the ship Comfort during Operation Iraqi Freedom. She also led the 24/7 on-call team, which provided medical support to the president and the first family. And before we get to our guests with this fascinating interview, a brief request. If you like what we're doing, please leave us a 5-star review or a thumbs up on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, or wherever you're listening to us. It helps us spread the word. Thanks in advance for your support of evidence-based medicine. So, welcome to the show, Captain Rosemary Perdue, retired, and Lieutenant Commander Megan Hagen of the U.S. Navy. How are you both today?
Wonderful. Thanks for having us.
Doing good. Thank you.
Good. So, Rosemary, tell us about your military background because it's very impressive.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to serve. We just celebrated 250 years in the Navy,
Yes,
right?
congratulations. And I
Yes.
forgot to say this, but thank you both
Yeah.
very much for your service to our country. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you for your support. It's a great honor. I served 30 years as a Navy nurse, and I had a wide variety of administrative and clinical assignments during my time, and including being on the Comfort ship, USNS Comfort, during the Iraqi War. And I also had the privilege of working with President Obama with the staff at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. So I had just a great amount of assignments. It was more like a bloom where you're planted. I had a labor and delivery background, education. So when I saw that the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society position was open, I was so excited to be able to serve the same population.
Great. And Megan, tell us about your military background and where you're working these days.
Sure. So I've been in the Navy about 13 years now. I started off as a nuclear power school instructor in Charleston, teaching math, physics. He transferred to sailors and officers who would then go on to serve on aircraft carriers and submarines in the engineering department. And then from there, I became an engineering duty officer. And my career since then has been focused on submarine design and construction. So I started off at Supervisor Shipbuilding in Groton, Connecticut, where I live right now. And there I oversaw final assembly and test of Virginia class submarines. And I also got to oversee, from a government oversight perspective, early construction of the upcoming Columbia class submarine. So I recently transferred duty stations. I'm actually about to move in the next few weeks down to Norfolk, Virginia. And down there, I will continue to provide government oversight of submarine construction at the Supervisor Shipbuilding at Newport News, where I will oversee specifically Columbia class construction there as well.
Wow. And you're a new mother.
I am. So I'm on parental leave right now, about to end. So I'm headed back to work in November. So I gave birth mid-July to my first child, a little girl named Audrey. She's about 3 months old now, and at any point she might start crying. So
That's okay.
she makes it through the interview.
Good. So thank you both for being there. Such impressive backgrounds. Really amazing. So Rosemary, tell us, you're the director of the visiting nurse program for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, and you head up what's called the first year focus program. What is the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society? I don't think very many people know about it.
Oh, the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is a wonderful organization. It serves as a trusted lifeline for sailors, Marines, and their family members since it's been founded in 1904.
Wow.
It was created or established to provide financial assistance to those serving in the military with financial challenges. There's unique challenges to serving in the military, and the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society was developed to help those folks that serve. And we've been doing this over a century, standing with shoulder to shoulder with military members. But today we operate both ashore and afloat. And we have a robust team of 3,400 volunteers and
Wow.
185 staff who provide compassionate, hands-on assistance to our military families in the time of need. The society covers essential living expenses such as food, rent, utilities, it may be an unexpected car repair, or if a service member needs to go home, if there's perhaps an illness in a family or a death in the family, Navy Marine Corps Relief Society can step in. But it's so much more than a financial institution. It also is a comprehensive support system. And we have programs, we have scholarships for education. So if you want to further your education, there's scholarships and grants and loans. There's financial education offered, especially now with the government shutdown. Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is giving wonderful strategies to service members during these uncertain times. And the organization also provides counseling and access to resources that build stability and resilience. And that includes our Budget for Baby program, which we're able to educate on how to budget for a new baby because it takes you by surprise sometimes
Yes.
how much it costs to have a baby. And then, of course, our visiting nurse program, which, we're going to get to talk about a little bit later, but it's actually, we're going to celebrate 103 years in November. And we
Wow.
provide for active duty and retired sailors, Marines, and their family members, we provide health education and resource referrals right to their doorstep. So the special sauce or a hallmark, if you will, of our program is the home visit. So
Uh-huh.
we can come on and provide one-on-one care and work with clients such as Commander Hagen.
That's great. So I understand NMCRS donates, I guess, about $50 million a year to serving
Yes.
members. Where do you get this funding from? Who funds you?
It's all through charitable donations. We could not do what we do without the generosity of people that contribute to our mission. Every dollar goes to helping our sailors and Marines and their families with to provide support with and dignity to them.
Wonderful. I want to give people the website right now so that you can learn
Sure.
more. And if you want, go to donate and support the efforts of this wonderful society. It's NMCRS,
.org.
nmcrs.org, and that stands for Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, nmcrs.org. Good.
And I didn't mention this, but our society has earned the highest score. It's a 4-star rating on Charity Navigator. So I think that's important to mention when folks are looking to donate.
Great.
That's due to our transparency and the support we provide.
Wonderful. So, Megan, you're a first-time active duty mother. Tell us about the first year focus program and what your participation has been like, how it's helped you. Tell us all about it.
Sure. So I found out about the program from another friend who had recently given birth in the area. She went through the program and she recommended it. At the time, I had kind of an odd job set up this year that I started my job in Virginia in March, but my family couldn't quite move just yet. So I was actually in Virginia through my third trimester, and then I came back up to Connecticut and gave birth. So it was a pretty wild time. I got back to Connecticut about 2 weeks before my daughter was born, and I got in contact with the visiting nurse in this area, a wonderful woman named Susan. And it was amazing. In those first 2 weeks before she was born, Susan came over not once, but actually twice. The first time gave me this just really extensive, almost like lesson in breastfeeding so that I could be set up from the get-go. And I mean, I'd done a lot of reading and research online and YouTube videos, and I thought I was prepared. But I learned a lot from it. I didn't realize how frequent feedings were going to be, how long they were going to last. She showed me how to put my yeah, she showed me how to put my breast pump parts together. She taught me a lot about like how long express breast milk would last, and just I felt like I was immediately set up with a great foundation even before my daughter was born. And then she actually came back and provided a kind of crash course in infant care to my husband, who didn't have any experience with children, let alone babies. So just gave a very strong overview of, this is how to bathe a baby, how to swaddle them, different ways you can soothe them. And I think that really helped his confidence going into the childbirth. So then we gave birth, and she actually came back the very next week to check on how was breastfeeding going? Did I have any questions? Were we staying sane? It was even just nice to have somebody come by and say hi and check in on us. And since then, it's been really nice having somebody to check in at different points to let you know, like, hey, everything that you're seeing, that's completely normal, and is exactly what you would expect at this many weeks old or this many months old. It's been really nice to have somebody say, hey, here's what you can expect. And even in just the next few weeks of development, whether it's a growth spurt or a change in feeding patterns.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's always available even outside of the home visits. It's so nice knowing that I have somebody that I can call or text or that could stop by if something was wrong. And I think because of her, our our breastfeeding journey has been going really well. I've been able to feed my little girl anytime she needs. I was able to pump a supply in case I needed to go out for any reason so my
Sure.
husband could feed her. And I think, and like I said, in many ways, I think it's gone well because of the foundation that we got through the first year focus.
It's amazing what you said. You did all this reading and all this studying, but I have to laugh because when the reality comes, you're just dealing with it as it comes, no matter what you've read before. So thank you. Is your husband an active duty member as well?
He was. So he got out in 2017.
Okay.
And since then, he has been an incredibly supportive military spouse, following me around to the different duty locations, keeping the house, in control anytime I've had to travel for work or go underway with a submarine. So I mean, through the whole journey, been an incredibly supportive partner.
So you go underway on a submarine from time to time?
Very occasionally,
Yes.
I predominantly work in the shipyards with construction, so I've gone underway as part of my own training and qualification. And then I'm also trained to go underway as part of our sea trials, which is basically when we go out and test a newly constructed submarine.
Got it. Amazing. So, Rosemary, tell us what was the need for first year focus? It's a relatively new program, I understand.
It is.
Where?
It just warms my heart to hear Commander talk about her experiences because it's the exact experiences that we were hoping for. I was dual active duty myself, and I wish this program was around when I was going through the Navy. I have two children, and getting through was pretty tough. So this program piloted in March, and it was developed as a direct result of a need for our military mothers.
Hmm.
Out of 100,000 births each year with active duty and spouses, 1 in 3 will experience, unfortunately, a maternal mental health complication. And sadly, about 75% of those moms will not get the care they need. They go untreated.
Now, why
And
is
so
that? Why is that?
I think they often don't know where to go, or they don't have somebody to come around and talk to them about what's going on. Moms are just expected to do mom stuff, right? But when he comes to the house to see, they all look at the new baby, and they're not really checking in on mom,
Yeah.
and how mom's doing. And so I think that's part of it. I think we just keep going. And so this program was deliberately set out to do the things like Megan was sharing with us today, to check in. We have monitoring tools that we can look at your emotional well-being. We can help with patient education. Breastfeeding is one of the number one reasons why we get called into a home. So breast or bottle feeding, pumping, those types of things. Infant growth and monitoring is another thing. As part of this program, moms cry a lot. We see more tears with infant weight. People worry about their child's weight. And so we can go in with the scale, and we can check on the baby and make sure the baby's growing okay in between pediatric visits. And that brings a lot of solace to mothers who are worried and their first time not sure if everything's going okay. So having our experienced nurses who know these duty stations, Susan, for example, in Groton is amazing. She's been there for many years, and they have good relationships on base. They know providers very well, and they can really stay in tune to help provide any kind of resources that's needed. But the program follows prenatally and then follows the moms up until 1 year post-birth, because we know this is a vulnerable time. So we want to keep an eye in, we want to keep checking in, and just have exactly what Megan was describing, just somebody in their corner rooting on them and to call upon. Most of our mothers are in places that they don't have family around, or they're overseas, or they're just away from, the advice of family and friends. And they just don't know the areas. And so that's where Susan steps in, and our other nurses. So we're in Groton, Connecticut, we're in Portsmouth, Virginia, and Great Lakes, Illinois right now. And so the program's going beautifully well.
Good. So you talked about, well, often, pregnancy is a vulnerable time, and tell me a little bit more about the extra stressors of being in military service while being pregnant. I mean,
Sure.
Megan, you've moved around to a number of places. You're moving again, and that puts stressors on you. You're in new places you don't know. Tell us, share with us the stresses of being in a military family and trying to raise a family at the same time, so we understand that.
Well, right now, I'm a planner. I really, I try to predict everything that's going to happen. And with this upcoming move, like I said, I knew it was going to happen back in, I'd say, November, December of last year, which is about the time I found out I was pregnant. So I knew a lot of this stress was coming, that I would be on parental leave. And at the same time, we'd need to find a new place to live there. We would need to find childcare. We would need to rent out our home that we own in Connecticut. And this would all be going on while we had a new baby. I knew it would come, but now we're in it and we're making progress. And it's a lot. It's a lot to handle while also trying to figure out, nap routines and sleep schedules and feeding schedules for my little girl. So, through all that, I really appreciate this program. Something else I actually wanted to add was that with the first year focus, it lasts throughout the first year. Well, I'm moving in the middle of that, but
Yeah.
fortunately, I'm moving to an area where the program is provided. So Susan has actually been coordinating with the nurse there, and I'm actually going to transfer within the program
Amazing.
and yeah, and continue to receive that assistance as I move, which is especially appreciated. Like I said, to help with everything that's going on right now, to have somebody come in and say, "Hey, are you doing okay? Do you have any questions about this area? Is there any part of taking care of Audrey that you need help with or you're not sure about in this area?" So I hear about the locations where it's offered, and I I see so much value in continuing to expand that and potentially offer it to other military mothers in other areas.
Wonderful. Rosemary, you mentioned how many babies are born every year in the
A
in
100,000 new and expected moms each year
wow.
in the military overall. So that's
Right.
the overall spouses and active duty.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean, life goes on, right? You're in the
Yeah.
military and yeah, and you want to grow a family. So you're
Yeah.
in three locations now. What are the plans for expansion?
Well, we'd love to expand. We're seeing great input from patients. As you've heard today, our nurses are feeling so good about providing this care. I mean, they are just feeling excellent about the pilot. So we definitely want to expand, but we really can't do that until we have perhaps a donor behind us or more funding that can help us grow to train nurses, to hire nurses, those types of things. So but we definitely are looking to expand in the future. That is one of our program goals because we're having excellent patient experiences with this. I mean, Megan said it all today. You absolutely are the reason why we wanted to have this program, and everything you said is what we were shooting for. So I feel terrific hearing you talk about that. I do read the patient experiences. We have experience surveys, and I get to read all of the experiences that patients are having, and they are just amazing and very inspiring to hear. So, with the right people behind us, if we have a donor that's interested or people contribute to our program, we can expand. But because we work through charitable donations, we're gonna have to take it one day at a time.
Good. Well, let me try to help with that. Let me give the website again where you can go to learn more about this and donate. This is such a worthwhile cause and such a huge need. Our people are serving us in the military and they're trying to live their lives and they need some help. It's the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. They've been around over 100 years. The Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. It's nmcrs.org. nmcrs.org. And I really encourage you to go there. I've been to the website. It looks like a fabulous organization, and you can donate and help grow this program. So let me ask each of you, what question didn't I ask that I should have asked? Or what kind of big message would you like to leave with people today, each of you, before we end?
Go ahead, Megan.
Well, you really just touched on it that, when we think about people entering the military from the get-go, you receive so much job training, professional training, and in many ways, joining the military becomes an investment into each individual. And the longer that they stay in the military, really the more benefit and return we're seeing on that investment. They turn into really experienced, proficient, senior enlisted, and more senior naval officers overall making our military, not just the Navy, but all branches, higher operating and overall just more prepared to protect our country. So with that, I get really excited when I see any program that helps people to be able to support the changes in their life that you would expect as one gets older and as one progresses professionally. So I'm really lucky. I'm a shipyard officer. I don't go out to sea that much, but it is a reality, especially in the Navy, that if you're a Navy family, one of the parents is going to be frequently out at sea or deployed. And that's a reality just from the get go, very soon after finishing initial training. So, with that, I think about the other families in this program, and I'm just so glad it exists. I'm glad I got to be a part of it, and I'm glad it's there as a support for them because I put myself in their shoes and imagine if I was always gone or if my husband was always gone. And I just think about how important it would be to have just one more person there cheering you on and answering your questions and providing the support throughout such a significant time in a family's life. And the longer we can continue to provide that, the more we can help families and the more we make it possible for people to continue to serve their country and to continue to provide, like I said, that return on investment that makes our military a greater place.
Wow. Rosemary, as you listen to this, I can just see you glowing.
Well, I love my job. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better way to transition from active duty and serve the same population that I did as a Navy nurse. And the society is amazing. I want people to remember you don't have to just come for an emergency or something that's financial. We have these support programs for you. The visiting nurse program is often a best kept secret. We don't want it to be a secret. We want you to reach out to us. You don't need to have a referral. It's free. So it's self-referred, and we want to see you and we want to work with you to help build stability and resilience in your family and just get the best optimal health we can. So we are here for you. We're in your corner. And that's really all I'd like to say is I love my job and thank you for your support.
Good. I want to salute both of you. Thank you so much for your service to our country.
Thank you.
I'm kind of broken up right now. I'm just so, yeah, I'm just so amazed by what you two are each doing for us. Thank you so much. People, if you want to learn more and if you want to donate, go to nmcrs.org. That's the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. We've been talking with Captain Rosemary Perdue. She's the director of the Visiting Nurse Program for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, who heads up the First Year Focus Program. And we've also been talking with Commander Megan Hagen of the U.S. Navy. Currently, she serves as the Columbia Class Submarine Program Manager, representative at the Supervisor of Shipbuilding Conversion Repair at Newport News, Virginia. And she's a new mother of daughter Audrey. And they both have participated in the First Year Focus Program. Thanks so much for being with us today, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
This is
you.
wonderful. Thanks again, Megan.
So again, everybody, thanks so much for being with us today. Before we go, just a quick reminder. If you liked what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or YouTube or wherever you're listening to us. It helps us keep this content free and reaching the right people just like you. Thanks again for being with us. This has been Jonathan Marx with GoToHealth. And as we say at the end of every show, go to health. God bless. Take care. We'll see you again next time. Bye. Thank you for tuning in today to Go to Health. You are one of almost 10,000 people per day who enjoy the evidence-based health information offered by our guest health experts. You can watch us on our website and YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. Be sure to join Jonathan Marx in our upcoming shows each week. If you like our show, please share this episode with your friends and colleagues. You can subscribe to the show, join our email list, send us feedback, browse through the online store, and view our library of over 150 shows at gotohealthmedia.com. See you next time, and remember to elevate your life with Go to Health.